Alrighty, hey everyone, this is Garrison, and here in front of me, let's take a look at this 2019 Hyundai Elantra SE. Now this happens to be the new addition to our family fleet. This is actually going to be a company car for my father. As you can see, addition doesn't mean replacement. The Lexus is still parked in the garage underneath a car cover for right now. So this is going to be the daily driver for my dad. My dad was actually compensated for mileage from his old company, and they calculated it out that it would be much cheaper for them to disperse company cars. And so here we are. He did previously have company cars, mainly like Ford Fusions, Ford Escapes, and such like that. But the market has gone towards compacts, and this being a bottom of the barrel compact. So let's take a look at how well this thing holds up over my dad's use. So this is, as we said, it is a 19 Elantra SE that is the complete base model, mainly used for fleet purposes. Even the rental companies don't even use these. But this is going to be in quartz white on black cloth interior. Of course, coming up front, it does have the polarizing front grille that does come on the Elantras. I personally I'm indifferent towards it. I think it does look almost like an inverted spindle grille, kind of what Lexus uses. And everyone doesn't seem to have a problem with that, but everyone is just so hell-bent that this is such a hideous car. But I don't really see what's so bad about it. But coming to our wheels, this is the bad part rather. These are riding on Nexen tires. 195 65R 15s, 15-inch steel wheels with plastic hubcaps. Body colors, mirrors, door handles, thankfully. We do have the federal regulated rear backup camera, as you can see right there protruding on the trunk lid. Elantra. I am a fan of the rear. It does look very nice. SE badging, bragging to everyone that you did get the cheapest model possible. And your reverse lights are actually down there below. Don't know how I feel about that. But we'll go ahead and hop in and take a look at the window sticker. As you can see, your 1990s era key fob with keyless entry. They have not touched this in years, and it shows. But coming in, as you can see, that black cloth interior. Nice little pattern there. Doesn't quite look like Nissan Versa cloth, but one thing that does irk me are those fixed rear headrests that absolutely look terrible. But the Altima had those, so I guess we can't nag on it too much. But let's take a look at this window sticker. It is a 19 Elantra SE. As you can see, literally the only option are carpet mats for a total of $19,255. I would love to know what the company bought these for, probably close to 13 or 14. Gas mileage, 29 city and 38 out on the open road. So since the company is paying for gas, I'm sure they do like that good gas mileage. And this one is quartz white with the black cloth interior. But that's about it for the window sticker. As I said, this is a 19, not a 20. So that's interesting. It's getting close to the point where the 2020 model year is kind of replacing the 19 model year. But we'll go ahead and start it up. As you can see, we do have almost 1,500 miles on this example. My dad's been driving it a couple weeks now. So I did just make it home for Easter break, and so we're finally getting a chance to take a look. And that is going to be the 2-liter dual overhead cam i4. We'll take a look at those specs. It is going to be 147 horsepower, 132 foot-pounds of torque. No gasoline direct injection on this model. Coming to our steering wheel, I don't hate it, honestly. The design is kind of nice. The audio controls, Bluetooth, and cruise control over here, decent touch. Variable intermittent speed wipers. Please take note, Honda, that we are including variable intermittent speed wipers on base model cars. It is not the 90s anymore. Even a Hyundai's ahead of the times. And we also do have our headlights over here. Panel dim, as well as our traction control off. Power windows, locks, and mirrors, thankfully. And then over here, our head unit is going to be just the base touchscreen head unit. No Apple CarPlay, no Android Auto, nothing like that. You do have Bluetooth streaming audio, AM, FM, as well as USB and auxiliary audio inputs down there. Literally just the basics, 6-speaker unit. As you can see, you can go through menus right here. Setup does give you a little quadrant view right there with 7 different options. But below that, single zone manual climate control with your fan speed zones and temperature. You'd have your AC, research, stuff like that. Below that, 2 12-volt outlets, USB and auxiliary inputs. I always have liked how Hyundai does have that kind of setup in almost all of their cars. And this is going to be the 6-speed automatic transmission, sport mode with manual shift. There's that rear view camera right there. You do have trajectory and guidance lines, which is a nice touch. Drive mode selector. You do have your cup holders, e-brake, And a little foam armrest right here with some storage down in there, not padded in the slightest bit. But you do have a little bit of storage right there. Surprisingly, the top of the dashboard is a nice soft touch material. However, over here in the door panels, not quite the same idea. You'd have a little bit of foam padding, same as the center armrest over here on the door, with a little bit of storage down below there. We'll go ahead and unlock the doors, pop the trunk and the gas cap, and take a look elsewhere. As you can see, coming back here in the rear seat, my dad's about 5'10". As you can see, okay room, about the same as the Civic, honestly. Speaking of the Civic, I would much rather have a Civic LX over this thing. It's night and day, comparatively speaking. All hard touch plastics. Still do have that nice padded armrest, thankfully. Power window and door storage down below that. No easy fill on this model, just a traditional gas cap. And then coming right here around back, we'll go ahead and open up that trunk. It is lined, thankfully. Little emergency release right there with a pull handle. Hinges do crush cargo, but you do have 60/40 folding rear seats to expand cargo room even more. We'll go ahead and take a look at that. Once again, my car doesn't even have that, so that is a nice touch that you can make this a little storage hauler if you need it to be. Plenty of room down in here, though. You do have a compact spare tire, which is surprising. Little doors to get to your taillight bulbs, which is an easy feature to use. But I mean, that about wraps it up for the Hyundai Elantra SE. I mean, there's not much to film on this vehicle. It's literally a point A to point B, not a point C car. So by no means is this replacing the Lexus. If the Lexus did go, it would be going towards another vehicle. But as of now, the Lexus is just going to sit over there and the miles are going to load up on this as a daily driver. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or feedback, feel free to leave them down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this 2019 Hyundai Elantra SE. What are your thoughts on the front end? Am I crazy for not being absolutely mortified by it? Or is it really not that bad? Definitely let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a like. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video.